Shalom Israel, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lalia, and this is the Empress of Royalties channel. So today, as you can see once again in the title, what we gonna be talking about? We are going to talk about these men out here, just energy harvesters altogether. It's gonna be talked about today on this video. So first we're going to get into how men harvest your energy. Sometimes, okay, so first we're going to get into the first one. Sometimes it's not only through sex, okay? It's also through just being in your presence, your energy, a female's presence, a female's energy. And this is why you can always see men, they always have to have a woman. They always have to have a woman, because a woman is like, her energy is a goddess. Some are empresses, some are goddesses, some are. There's a difference, and I'm gonna break that down too. There's a difference between an empress, a queen, a goddess. Okay, so the empress is of God. Like she's like modest, she dress modest, she's move modest, she moves in a different way than most. A goddess is, she's fake. She wants to be godlike. She wants to be worshipped. She wants to be praised. That's a goddess. We're not gods. And I don't know why people keep saying we're gods. We're not gods. There's only one that created us. One. That's it. And he's not even a god. He's a creator. They came up with that title, God, just so they can use it on everybody else. And they are gods and they can become gods. No. There's only one. He's a creator. He's our father. He's everything. He's the almighty omega. That's what he is. So, and okay, so then there's what? There's God, empresses, and goddess. Goddess, empress, and queens. Okay, queens. It's just a made up word, period. It's just made up. It's just not even real. A queen is a male that dresses as a woman. He wears the hair, he wears the makeup, he wears the nails. That's a queen. I don't ever compare me to a queen. No, I'm not a queen. I don't never want to be a queen, never claim to be a queen. Thank God. Never use that term. Yeah, so those are the three differences. Now, I could be wrong on empress, because my leader don't like that either. So something must be wrong with that one too. But I think an empress is a woman of modesty, a woman of great reputation of how a woman should be. And she's not out here just flaunting everything, flaunting her body, flaunting her assets and all of that. That's my thing on being an empress. And there's a lot of frauds out here. So no matter what, you're going to have frauds out here, period. They're just frauds. They're going to always be frauds. And that's just the way of life. So there's nothing you can do about frauds. That's their lives. They live their lives to being a fraud. And they only get, like, they store up information. They study people. They watch people. They get the soak their energy in, and then they try to become that person. And that's where they get their, their speeches and all that, whatever they do. So those is frauds. So we're gonna get back onto how men harvest women's energy. So they need a woman so they can feed off of her energy. They feed off of her strive, her way of life. And like, I don't know, I can't explain it now. Why can't I explain it right? But I gotta think about what I was gonna say. But yeah, so anyways, they just feed off of her. And they use sex. Okay, so we're gonna get into the sex part. So sex is a woman's womb. So he enters a woman's womb, right? And all his demons that he fed off of other people, that he got from having sex with other women, them demons are he's gonna release them demons into you. Whoo, this is deep. And I didn't know how deep, I really didn't know how deep this really was until like about a month ago. Like, I knew it was something, but I didn't know how deep it really is. And when you go into it deeper, like I guess they say go down the rabbit's hole. When you go down that hole even deeper, you find out that it is very, very, very serious out here. You cannot just be out here sleeping with people. And I just every time I just be like, dang, man, I wish I would have known all the things that go on in life. Like, they don't tell you this stuff. You don't get this stuff. And so, yeah, and then even through, okay, so he enters a woman's womb and he releases himself. And like they said, like this video, because I'm adding clips into this again. So, like they said, they release their demons off onto the woman. So it depletes her and it makes them rise. And that's why a man needs a woman, because without a woman he can't rise. He can't go nowhere. That's why God made Adam, but he made him Eve, because Eve was the one that was getting Adam to elevate in life. Without her, he was lost. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know. He couldn't survive. So that's why God made him a woman and took his bone, his web, and made a woman. And that's deep. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. So, okay, so that's how they elevate. So mostly men, because they're warlocks and they're vampires, they're using that energy in a negative way. They're using it as a to become rich, to come elevate in their lives, instead of pouring into the woman to make her better. They're trying to only make their self better and deplete the woman. So the woman is depleted and she's drained. And I used to be like, dang, after messing with a man, this certain man I used to mess with a long time ago, I used to be like, dang, every time I leave him, I feel so tired. I feel so drained. And I thought it was the drinking and the smoking weed. And I'm like, now I know, but when I'm alone, it was, and I drink and I smoke, it wasn't, I didn't feel that drained. Like, after leaving him, I would feel so drained. I would just, couldn't move. And now I know, dang, this whole time, this motherfucker was, excuse my language, this man was draining my energy. And that's why I was never elevating in life. And I felt stuck. Always felt stuck in a certain, and on a certain level. I was just stuck right there on this level. I could not elevate. I couldn't go forward in life. And now I know why. It's because he was draining that part of me out. And then other people would come around and they would drain it even more. They would keep me stuck in a certain space where I couldn't elevate. I gotta get ready to pause this. Hold on 1 minute.
The most dangerous narcissist you will ever deal with is the covert narcissist. These narcissists are, in my opinion, one of the most, I'm not going to say the only, but they are one of the most dangerous narcissists. And a lot of you are dealing with these people. I get a lot of comments on my video of people asking me, well, I saw your video, my narcissist does this, he does that, but he doesn't really do this. He doesn't really do that. If you think you're dealing with a narcissist, but you are very, very confused, there's a good chance you are dealing with a covert narcissist. See, the covert narcissist can sometimes fly under the radar. Why? Because they're covert. They are more they are more quiet with their narcissism. They can go undetected because they are not as overt or as arrogant or grandiose as the covert narcissist or the malignant narcissist. The narcissist that I dealt with was a malignant narcissist. He was a arrogant, cocky, the common definition of the narcissist. But then you have the deep, dark, psychopathic part of it. That was the narcissist. So I just say that to say the narcissist that I dealt with, when you see him, you know he's a narcissist because he thinks he's better than everybody. He thinks he's the most handsome thing that ever walked on the face of earth. He's very rude, very arrogant, very condescending to people. You can tell, even though they still go through the motion of trying to be a good person, protect the public facade, do this, do that, but two looks at the narcissist, you know it's a narcissist, a covert narcissist. But one of the scariest one is the overt narcissist. These are usually the people who are doing good for people in the public. They are, again, buying grocery for that old lady who forgot her card, holding the old lady's hands to cross the street, very nice and given to complete total stranger. The only people who truly know these people are their partners. Their partners are the true people who know who they are. Their narcissism is usually to their intimate partners or their children, but on the outside, you can never detect it. These people are great workers. They are great people to work with because they go above and beyond for other people. They are great partners in public. They are holding your hands. They're buying you gifts when they know that you're going to show it to other people. They just go under the radar, and this is dangerous and scary in my opinion because it's really, really hard for the victim. A lot of times the victims are not believed because they are dealing with a covert narcissist. These narcissists are the people who will do good for everybody else around them. They respect themselves. They carry themselves well. They are well-spoken. They're charming. They are nice, sometimes good-looking. They just know how to fake it really, really, really well. And so it's really hard for the public to see them as the narcissist that you are trying to describe. People are like, what do you mean? What do you mean he hit you? What do you mean he's selfish? He's very selfless. He did this for that person. He did this for this person. He's always at the soup kitchen serving the homeless people. These people will do things. They mostly do things for attention. They do good things for attention versus your covert narcissist who just wants to have the attention on them. So they act arrogant. They act cocky. They're all over the place being rude and disrespectful. These ones are dangerous because they are secretive, they are passive aggressive, they are conniving. They are very, very dangerous people, and they're very dangerous because of the way they treat their partner, usually their intimate partner. These are the people who will abuse you. They will be condescending to you. They will be verbally abusive, financially abusive, physically abusive, emotionally abusive. You know what you're seeing. You know what you're experiencing, but they're making you crazy. In fact, they will act like they're the victim. And they will make you believe that you are victimizing them. They will make you believe that you are, in fact, the victim. They'll do things and blame it on you. And they'll do things, evil things, and blame it on you because they're so perfect. They can't be that evil person they can't be the demon that you are experiencing. They're too good. They're such a great person. How can they be so evil? These are your covert narcissists. If you think, again, like I said at the start of the video, if you feel like there is something off about this person is evil, they are demonic, they say the meanest thing, they put their hands on me, and you have been doing all of your research about narcissists, and this person matches everything, but there's just something about them that you can't just put your hands on, and whenever you try to put your hands on it, you look like the crazy one. There's a good chance you're dealing with a covert narcissist, and in my opinion, these are one of the worst narcissists besides the malignant narcissist. In my opinion, these are one of the worst ones to deal with because they will make you crazy. You will end up in a mental hospital because you know what you're seeing, you know what you're hearing, you know what you're experiencing, but they are gaslighting you. They are making you crazy. They're telling you that your reality is not real. They're telling you that you are, in fact, the problem. They're telling you that you are the narcissist. You are the abusive one. They'll call you a name if you call them back. They'll take offense and they'll tell you that you're narcissistic. They'll do a mean joke. If you joke back, they'll cry. If it's a female narcissist, she will cry for days telling you how you hurt her feelings. If it's a male narcissist, they will be so offended. You will bruise their ego. They act like the victim, and you know they're not the victim. And this is what makes the victim crazy. This is what makes dealing with a covert narcissist one of the worst experiences ever. Because number one, they'll start to make you doubt your reality. Everything you know to be true will be questionable because you're dealing with this person, and they'll drill that into your head. They will make you crazy. Number two, the public will never ever believe you. The family won't believe you, even though that's a story for another day. The family know who the narcissist is because 9 times out of 10, the family themselves are narcissistic, or they have narcissists, a lot of narcissists in their family, so they know what they're dealing with. But they'll try to also use you as the scapegoat. They'll try to put the blame on you and act like they don't know what's going on when they know. So the covert narcissist, to me, is one of the worst narcissists you can ever deal with. And I just encourage you to do your research, continue to read, continue to watch the videos, continue to listen to the podcasts, if that's a word. Continue to do your research to know what you're really dealing with. At the end of the day, if you're dealing with a narcissist, whether it's a covert, overt, malignant, whatever the terms are, if you're dealing with a narcissist, you're dealing with a narcissist. It's a lose-lose game. You're never going to win. No amount of praying for them, trying to understand them, trying to reason with them, trying to have empathy for them. Oh, maybe they were damaged as kids, so can you really blame them? That's some of the comments that I see. Can you really blame them for being a narcissist? Maybe something happened when they were kids. These people know what they're doing. They know, and that's why they go to every length to hide it. So if you want to sit there and make excuses for them, if you want to sit there and reason with them, you want to pray for them, you want to do all of this, go ahead. You're just going to be wasting your time. You can spend 50 years of your life wasting your time. Go read the comments. People have been with these kind of people for 10, 20, 30 years. And they have gone through this same experience for 10, 20, 30 years. They don't change. So you can choose to accept the fact of who these people are and what they're doing to you and move on, or you can sit and waste your time. I pray that you don't do that. You are so much more than that. You are worth so much more than that, and you will never know until you leave that situation. Trust me. Trust me, coming from someone who's been there, done that. Your skin will never glow. Your hair will never thrive. Your career, your body, your beauty, none of that will happen if you continue to associate yourself with these demonic people. They are energy vampires. They will drain your energy, especially the covert ones. Oh my God, they will make you crazy. They will end you up in a mental institution, and I don't want that for you. Trust me. That is why I continue to share these stories and share part of my stories, because I've been there. I've been crazy. I've been told that I was a narcissist. The whole world has been told that I was the narcissist. I had to go to therapy. I had to do some self-reflection, and I'm still learning and still in therapy, trying to recover from something that happened 2.5 years ago. So don't be fooled, y'all. These people know what they're doing, and the covert ones are the worst. You can book a one-on-one coaching call with me. The link is in my bio. I have 30-minute sessions and 1-hour sessions as well. Follow me for more videos on these crazy people.
If you haven't seen 1 and 2, go on my page. They're there for you. And if you're looking for the first one, it is the first pinned video on my page. So the third way that men harvest women's energy is a way where they don't even need to have any type of sexual intercourse with the woman. Not all ways that you harvest energy, you don't have to have intercourse with that person to harvest their energy. You don't have to do that to get someone's energy. A real easy way for men to actually harvest off of women's energy is by having the women fall in love with them, be everything that that woman was looking for in a man, and then leave her for someone else. Listen very closely, because I don't know if all of y'all are gonna understand this. But basically what I'm trying to say is men can feed off of women's energy simply through their pain of losing that man. They'll feed off of that woman's misery, that woman's desperation, that woman's want and pain over just losing him. Because it's one thing to just walk out on a woman. It's another to leave a woman for another woman. That is a huge hit to a woman's self-esteem. She's going to go through a lot of insecurities. She's going to be feeling disgusted with herself, blaming herself, energetically begging that man for closure, energetically begging that man to come back to her. Okay? And men can feel it. They can feel it when a woman desires them, when a woman is in pain over them. They also get off on, those social media posts that women will be posting, subbing them. Anything that you are doing through that period of time when you are heartbroken over a man, they are feeding off of that energy. They are harvesting off of that energy. And that is fuel for them to keep going, because they're still getting your energy, and your energy was what was feeding them to begin with. So as long as you still keep feeding them your energy, whether it's your misery, your desire for them, you wanting closure, they can still live off of that. They can still get blessings off of that. They can still get more attention, more opportunities off of that, because you are energetically still tied to them. Another thing is that this woman who they left you for, 99.9% of the time, 100% of the time, that woman was there while you two were in a relationship. That man was already communicating with her, already, entertaining her, flirting with her, doing God knows what else. They were making plans together. So when that man leaves you for that other woman, how am I going to explain this? Okay, so let me put it this way. When a woman already is messing with a man who's in a relationship already, and she wants to take that man from who he's with already, that woman is already a leech. She's already a vampire, and herself siphons and feeds and harvests off of people as well. So that girl that he left you for, she's also going to be feeding off of that heartbroken woman's pain, because that is what gets those type of people off, right? They just like backstabbing people, they like hurting people, and they like watching them be in pain. That's a way that they can harvest from you. But a heartbroken woman's energy, when you are still heartbroken over a man and he's in a new relationship, your energy being connected in that relationship is what is going to keep that relationship alive. Now hear me out. This couple is solely together because they want to hurt someone else. They are not built off of anything else. It's off of lust and off of wanting to cause pain. So while this woman who got heartbroken is in heartbroken energy, she is actually keeping that relationship alive, because her energy is still involved. She is still hurting. She is still thinking about it day in and day out. And couples can harvest energy off of that. They can actually harvest your energy and get opportunities and get money and get a lot of prosperity and all those sorts of things, because a woman who is heartbroken is still feeding her energy to the person that heartbroke her, even though he's in a new relationship. That is why when a woman finally lets go of her ex, healed, has glowed up, she no longer has an attachment to her ex, she's moving on. That is why that relationship that man left for, it always falls apart. because they were both feeding off of that heartbroken woman's energy. These people love drama, they love the chaos, they feed off of negativity, and they just constantly want that chaos in their life. Once that chaos and drama is removed from that relationship by that heartbroken woman not giving a fuck anymore, they completely fall apart. There is no other foundation that they were built on but lust and trying to hurt others. That's when they'll lose everything. All of the things that they have built off of the back of another woman's tears will fall apart. It will completely be just destroyed, because that woman who they were feeding off of no longer gives a fuck. She has completely removed her energy from that man, and they will feel it. And that's when the reality will hit them. That's when shit will finally get real in that stupid ass relationship. They will hate each other, fight each other day in, day out. They'll be slandering each other's names all around. They're going to be tearing each other down, holding each other back from opportunities, and it's just going to be a war zone. And that's all because they are solely built off of the lust that was caused by breaking a woman's heart. So this is part 3.
Yes, it might be fun, and I'm talking about long-term girlfriends here. If you are with him for longer than a year, he is harvesting your feminine energy and you are going to be left depleted. That is why so many of the times women will say, well, he was with me for 6 years. He broke up with me and proposed to another girl in 6 months. He had so much divine masculine energy because he was harvesting for so long that now he knows exactly what he wants. He sees a woman who will not let him harvest her feminine energy and goes, okay, I need to put a ring on this. I need to fully pursue her because she's holding this queen energy and I know that it will pour into me. But she has standards. And so I'm going to continue to pour into her standards, to sow into her, so that I can get just a taste of her queen energy. Even if you are feeling, Alexis, I am a girlfriend right now, or I have a man who I feel is harvesting for me, today, you can change that. You can reverse it around. We talk about this so much here, how you can decide in one moment to change your energy and it will shift your reality. Just your decision to say no more. I need to see higher standards. I need to see more sowing before I open up any more energy. That is going to change your relationship. Okay, what else did I want to say here? 50-50, men building with women. These are just examples of how men harvest. Another example too is men just looking at you. And we'll get into this and how to protect your energy, but I will never forget this one moment. I was driving in the back of a taxi and I was talking with the taxi driver. We had a long drive. We had a great conversation, but I noticed, I feel like I kind of just want to have my own time. I feel I've been talking with him so much and I feel a bit tired now. What shocked me, it shouldn't have shocked me, but it did, is when I went to get out of the taxi, when I got to my destination, the driver turns around to me, he goes, "This was so great. I feel like I can run a marathon. I loved talking with you." I was like, Alexis, how much feminine energy of yours did this man just harvest? Just in a simple conversation. And so it's not just men sleeping with you and being your boyfriend and all this where men are harvesting, it's simple things. And if you can start to catch where men are harvesting rather than sowing into you, first of all, it's going to completely change your relationships. You will see your man step up in ways that you have never seen before. And you will notice that you have more energy to go and build your empire, to pour into your health, into your beauty, into your finances, into your business, your passions. So now let's get into how to protect your energy. Okay. Let's see. Step number 1, stop sleeping with men. You girls know where I stand on this. I am saving myself for marriage. I do not sleep with men unless there's a ring on it and unless we are married. This decision has saved me from so many men who have wanted to harvest that feminine energy, but instead I said, nope, this is my standard. And because of that, I've been able to build my business, multiple businesses. I've been able to travel the world, pour into my health. I feel that my health is at the best that it's ever been. And I truly believe that if I was sleeping with men, even if I had slept with one man, that it wouldn't be the same that it is right now, because he would have part of that vitality. And then on top of that, I would be trying to now process and get through all of the trauma, all of the blocked emotions, all of the wounds that he has poured into me. Your body is not a dumpster. Your body is a garden, your body is a temple. And when you open it up to sleep with men who are not sowing into you, who are not truly stepping into the man that you need, they are dumping into you. And then you wonder, why do I feel low? Why do I feel like I can't build my business? Why do I feel like I can't go the next level with my standards? It's because now you have limiting beliefs, you have stories. Just imagine all the inner work that you do. A lot of you ladies are in my programs, you watch these videos. I know in your free time you're reading books, listening to podcasts, doing courses. Now imagine you do all of that and you sleep with a man. He gets all of that. There's not just energy that's exchanged, there's at a deeper level cells and DNA, your DNA that is holding these new beliefs that you have created through your deep inner work. He is getting to harvest from that. That is why men will do anything just to get this from a woman, because there's so much power. This power is often disguised as they just want to receive pleasure. It's power that they want. You are the one that holds this power. And so stop sleeping with men. That is the quickest way that you are going to keep your energy only for the men who will sow into you. And so when you do this too, you'll notice even the men that court you, the men that you start to date, once you decide, like fully decide, my body is only for my husband, the men that come around to you will be different. So I always had this belief, and I had this inner knowing that I want to save my body for my husband. When I was a teenager, I made that decision. But honestly, I really struggled with it until I was about 21, 22. I started to ask my friends, do you regret sleeping with your boyfriend? Do you regret sleeping with men who were not your husband? Every single one of these women told me, Alexis, I wish that I had waited longer. What you are doing, keep doing it. There were so many moments where I wanted to change my mind and change this decision, but I'm so grateful that I didn't. What I also want to note is even if you have slept with other men, this is not the end of the world. You can always cut those cords and you can decide today, no more. Because one decision right now, even if it's just one less man in your future that has access to your body, it is going to change your life. So it doesn't matter if you are sitting here and going, I've already slept with men. You are not at rock bottom. I get so many messages, Alexis, what do I do? It's not the end of the world. You just have to shed the energy that he has put into you and decide from now on, my body is for my husband. This is going to change everything. Even just being around men. If there is a man who is not aligned for your life, your body will tell you. But if it's mixed with these chemicals because you're sleeping with him, kissing him, engaging in all of these physical activities, your body is going to put on these rose-colored glasses, because what has happened is it goes, we have slept with this man, we have mated with him, so now any red flag in him, we don't want to see it, because it will scare us so much, and we've already made this biological decision. So let's just make sure that our body keeps seeing him as a good man, otherwise it will scare us too much. Your body is always trying to keep you safe. So that's why the rose-colored glasses go on. You can't see any red flags. Even when you kiss a man, there's so much oxytocin that's released where it just goes blind. We don't see anything that's wrong with him. When you honor your body and keep it sacred in this way, it becomes so clear who is aligned for you and who is not. The first steps, cutting the cord to the unaligned relationship. I see this in my clients and students too. The man that they are with, when he is harvesting from them, whether it's just being in their space and energy, he gets so successful in his career. The minute they cut that cord, his career goes down. I'm not saying that I want this for men. I'm saying that this is a pattern that I see again and again. Your income, your business mind, your creativity rises. A lot of the times, the man who is harvesting from you, it will drop. And so be very mindful about who you share your body, who you share your energy with. This is how you will stay protected. Also, I want to go back to standards of dating. If you are scared like I was to tell a man, I am waiting till marriage to have sex, I want you to get so crystal clear, so embodied in this decision and say, you know what? I am deciding this full body. I decide this is what I want. I'm not doing anything else. I'm only available for men who will honor and respect my body. You will know that you've made that decision because the men that you attract will start to be different. Once I actually made this decision, I attracted men who I would share this with and they would go, you are my dream woman. I didn't know that women still had this standard, still had this belief. And men want to protect that. The way that men protect important to me now dating, it is so different than it used to be when my energy was wobbly with that decision. And so it has to be full body. It has to be you deciding this is my standard. The men that you'll attract, they will be kings rather than jokers. Okay, number 2, cover your assets. What I mean by this is, okay, this one can be a bit triggering, so I want to make sure that I explain it well. When you have your body exposed, men can take one look at you and think to themselves, just like that taxi driver told me, I wasn't exposed, this was just in a conversation. Men can take one look at you and get so excited and filled with energy because you are taking your sensual energy, putting it on display, and now men can go, let's look at this display. What do we want to harvest? Okay, we want to harvest that. That's why while being a girlfriend, yes, it might.
This is take number 555. I don't know. They keep cutting me off, man, at the end because I keep saying stuff. Anyway, let me get this out. This is the last take. This is the last part of this video. Let me hurry up and get this out before they cut it off again. But like I said, if a man marries a woman, she already got to be a witch. She already got to want so she can help him harvest the woman that he wants to destroy energy. She got to help him do that. And how she does that is, like you seen in the video, she cause harm. She posts up things or whatever just to bring dark energy around that woman. Cool. Okay, we got that part out. So anyways, so this man, I'm gonna tell this story, and when I get my computer fixed, I want to start reacting to, not fixed, but learn how to do it. I'm gonna start reacting to different videos. But I seen this video where this man, he married this woman, and on their wedding day, she died. She died right at the wedding. And at the wedding, they all came, the bridesmaids and the husband, they all came and they stood by her, and he didn't put his hands out like this to be like, oh my God, my wife, what's wrong? Is you okay? Or look down and say, are you okay? No, he just stood there and watched, and they all just stood in a circle and watched her fall and die. A straight ritual. She must have been of some kind of status to deserve that. That's messed up. But let me hurry up. I'm going to cut this off real quick. So, finally, it's over. I'm done with this video. But I just want to end it and say, yeah. Thanks for watching this far. If you got this far, I'm so tired. I gotta get up in the morning and everything. I gotta work. But it's more to come. It's more to go on this journey that I am discovering and realizing. And not that and like I said back then, I'm not saying that I would never marry or never date. Well, marry, because I don't, I'll date like a guy right now. I'm dating, but I won't, it won't go physical no more. Like, no sex, no kissing, no none of that. Just straight, just dating. And, it gotta be worth my while to come out the house. I'm telling you, if you ain't offering me something that's gonna make me that's gonna elevate me and pour into me, I will not leave out this house, and I will not be around. So, even talking on the phone, ain't harvesting your energy, all of that. So, harvesting my energy is it's going to cost something, honey. You can't get that for free no more. And I don't mean by money, because I don't want to be bought. I mean by, like, elevating me. Like, you pointing me into the right direction, and but it also means that, I got to get something out of it, not just you harvesting my energy and getting and feeding your demons and your elevating and all that. That's what I mean. I don't want cash flow, because the root to all evil is money, and I don't want no parts of that. I can do that on my own. Support myself on my own, so I don't need that. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and stay tuned. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. You're gonna want to subscribe, because the next couple videos I'm gonna be posting up, I think I'm gonna stay on YouTube for a while. I'm not gonna take it, like, I'm not gonna be like on it all the time and put my life business on the internet. Like, what I do in the background will not be on this internet. But I'm always yawning because I'm always tired, and it's late. It's 12 something at night. But yeah, so stay tuned. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the Empress of Royalties channel, and hit that push notification, so whenever I do load a video, you'll be notified. Until next time, shalom. Shalom.